Chair Cuddle, the meeting is now live.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk, and welcome everyone to the August 26, 2025 Halifax and West Community Council meeting. I just want to confirm here that we have quorum, which is 4 for this committee, and I will.
Cuddle, we have everybody.
Yep, great. And I will start with the land acknowledgement. That Halifax Regional Municipality is located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and traditional lands of the Mi'kmaq people. The municipality acknowledges the peace and friendship treaties signed in this territory and recognizes that we are all treaty people. Since we're doing a virtual meeting, we're going to do a roll call just to make sure everyone is here and that your audio and video are working. We'll start with Councillor Morris and Vice Chair.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be joining you.
Councillor Laura White.
Good evening.
Councillor Virginia Hinch.
Good evening.
Councillor Sean Cleary.
Hello, everyone.
And Councillor Janet Steele.
Good evening, Chair.
Good evening to you all. So we have on our agenda here approval of the minutes from May 20th, 2025. Someone like to move and second those? Councillor Steele and Councillor Cleary. Are there any omissions in the minutes that anyone would like to note? Seeing none, someone want to call for the question?
Question.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That passes. Next, we have approval of the order of business and approval of additions and deletions. Madam Clerk, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening?
Chair Cuddle, there are no additions or deletions from the clerk's office this evening.
All right. Members of the committee, do you have any additions or deletions to the order of business? Okay, then I'll ask that somebody move the agenda as presented.
I'll move.
I saw Councillor Steele's hand and Councillor Hinch for the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, that passes. We don't have any business arising out of the minutes, and I'll ask members of the committee if anyone has a conflict of interest this evening.
Nope.
All right, I see lots of heads shaking, so I'll take that as nobody has a conflict of interest. So next we have motions of reconsideration, which we have none. We have no motions of rescission. We have no consideration of deferred business, and we have no notices of tabled matters. We don't have any hearings this evening, which takes us on to correspondence, petitions, and delegations. Madam Clerk, has any correspondence been received?
The clerk's office has not received correspondence for this meeting.
Have any petitions been received?
And the clerk's office has not received petitions for this meeting.
Are there any members of the committee that would like to table a petition? Okay, seeing none. We will move forward here. We don't have any presentations this evening, which brings us to the public participation portion of our agenda. In order to be able to participate virtually, you have to pre-register prior to 4:30, the business day prior to the meeting. And looks like we didn't have anyone register. Can you just confirm that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Chair Cuddle, I can confirm that there were no people contacted me for public participation.
Great. Okay. Now that that's confirmed, we'll move on to information items brought forward. We do not have any. So on to the main business of our meeting this evening, which are reports. We have item 4.1.1, Planning Application 2024-03126, rezoning of lands on Craigmore Drive, PIDs 401799202 and 002088280. Halifax. This is for first reading, and I'm wondering if I have here staff on staff. We have Asta Patel. I don't know if there is a staff presentation for this.
No, Chair Kettle, there's no presentation.
Okay, and with that, I'll ask that somebody put the motion on the floor, please.
Happy to do that, Madam Chair. I will move that Halifax and West Community Council give first reading to consider the proposed amendment to the land use bylaw for Halifax mainland as set out in attachment A of the staff report dated July 11, 2025 to rezone 34 Craigmore Drive, Halifax, PID 00208280 or 8280, and the adjacent lot, PID 401799202 from R1 single family dwelling zone to R3 general residential and low rise apartment zone and schedule a public hearing.
Second.
Great, that's seconded by Councillor Morris. Councillor Cleary, do you have any comments about this one?
Not much to say at this point. I'm sure it will engender a fairly large, well, I shouldn't say large, a moderate response to the public hearing. I know there's some concerns, and I'm happy to hear from residents about those concerns at a public hearing.
Okay, great. Any other comments from members of the committee? Okay, seeing that, I'll ask someone to call for the question.
Question?
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Now we move on to item 4.2.1, Councillor Steele, amendments to the Timberley Lakeside Beachville land use bylaw to rezone vacant R4 multi-unit dwelling zone properties to the R1. Would you like to put that motion on the floor?
I will.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I move that Halifax and West Community Council direct the Chief Administrative Officer to provide a staff recommendation report regarding amendments to the Timberley Lakeside Beachville land use bylaw to rezone vacant R4 multi-unit dwelling zone properties to R1 single unit dwelling zone to enable the lands for residential development.
Second.
Right, seconded by Councillor Morris.
No,
Councillor
it was
Steele.
Councillor Hinch.
Oh,
Thank
it was
you, Councillor
Councillor
Morris.
Hinch. Sorry, Councillor Hinch. Councillor Steele, is there anything you want to say about this one?
Yes, this is a bit of a housekeeping item. The current R4 multi-unit dwelling zone only permits existing multi-unit dwellings and prohibits the development of any new residential uses. So the way that it's been recommended, so currently the R4 zone lots can't be developed. But to support the goals of the provincial housing interest regarding, increasing housing, I'm requesting this staff report to explore amendments here. The vacant, this could be picked up in the suburban plan, but there's interest in developing this particular vacant lot. And my understanding from staff is this is the only lot in this situation. So it's allowing, it's using the Housing Accelerator Fund to allow a fourplex potentially on this lot, whereas they couldn't move forward with anything with the current R4.
Okay. Any
It
other
could have been, okay, sorry, one other comment, Chair Cottle. It could possibly have been included in the regional plan if it had been noted by me or others this amendment was just not picked up in the regional plan.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Councillor White.
Yeah, I had some discussion with Councillor Steele before the meeting, but I'm still a little confused on the R1. If Councillor Steele has anything to share with the group on that, especially because in the last motion, R1 was single family dwelling, and in this one it says single unit dwelling. And from our conversation, I thought it was
I
for
think
something else. Yeah.
Okay.
Councillor Steele, would you like to respond?
Sure. My understanding is by zoning at R1, it will enable a fourplex on this lot. That's the objective here. And this was the easiest way to do it. The potential proponent could have come forward with a development agreement, but that would take much longer. And it was felt, and I see Thea is here, so she may wish to comment. But from my discussions with staff, they felt this was the easiest way to fix this issue, rather than requiring the proponent, who does not yet own the land, to come forward with a development agreement, when really this could have been included in the regional plan.
Thank you.
And it's a bit unclear to me. I apologize, Councillor White.
Yeah, I see Thea Langell has popped up on the screen. I don't know, Thea, if you had anything to add to Councillor Steele's comments on this.
Good evening. Yes, Thea Landrell, I'm the manager of planning applications. Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to provide a little bit of clarification, as Councillor Steele has indicated, the implications of the motion are quite narrow. It's really only affecting one particular property, which looks like it was part of a property that did have a multi on it, which would have been reflective of the zoning that had been applied to it in R4, but then this small parcel was subdivided off and is remaining vacant. So what we have suggested is that the approach that we think is best and the fastest to move forward is to revert back to the base zone in this particular area, which is the R1, which will allow the 4 units to proceed, which would be similar to what is around in the area. If they wish to explore other options through the suburban plan project, then that can be looked at this time, but we would at least like to get this property to the base zone so that there is some potential development rights. And the R1 would be the route to do that.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the committee? I see Councillor Morris.
Yeah, I think this is the first meeting we've had, or the first one that I've attended since the provincial government turned down the regional plan. So does that have any impact on our decisions? Because it sounds like this is, this is a decision that is related to the regional plan, and we didn't get approval on phase 4. So I'm just wondering if someone could comment if there's any impact at all of the provincial government's decision.
If you wish, Madam Chair, I could speak to that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, the regional plan phase 4 was refused by the minister. So we are working within the confine of the wording of the 2014 plan. This particular motion and this particular request, there is no direct link between that and the regional plan. We can proceed with investigating and researching the motion as outlined by the councillor. What the Councillor Steele is suggesting, had we had known about this maybe a few months in advance, we could have maybe bundled it in as a housekeeping matter within the regional plan package. But had we had done that, it would have been refused anyway. So really, we're at the point that we need to be, and through, if council supports this motion, then staff can go off and do the work at looking at applying the R1 zone and coming back to council with a staff report on that, but no direct link to the regional plan.
Okay,
And no
thank you.
impact.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Any further questions or comments from the committee? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask that someone call for the question.
Question.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Great. So we don't have any other motions. We don't have any in camera this evening. We don't have any added items. Are there any notices of motion from anyone? Seeing head shaking, I'll take that as a no. With that, the date of our next meeting is September 16th, 2025, and I'll call for adjournment. Councillor Steele.